All right, this next part we're going to be working with finding exact values of trig functions. You're going to want your unit circle. The unit circle looks like this. If you have one, get it out. It will make the math very, very easy and very, very quick, and we can use this. So like I said, you might want to get your unit circle, and without any further ado, let's go work the first problem. We have actually several problems dealing with this particular function, and the first one is number 3. What is the exact value of the cosine of 240 degrees? And so what I'm going to want you to do is to go find 240 degrees on your unit circle, which is right here. And some things that are real important, and we're going to write these down right over here on the side, is this. The sine value, sine theta, is equal to just the letter y. Cosine theta is equal to the letter x. And tangent theta is equal to y divided by x. The reason that's important, you can go to the unit circle, and what we're going to do is this. At 240 degrees, as we look here, I have the point negative 1/2, negative square root of 3 over 2. And remember, this is x and this is y. So it's very simple. I want to find cosine. Cosine is simply the x value. So the answer to this problem is simply just negative 1/2. There's our answer. There's our answer. All right, let's go to the second one of these, which is problem number 10. I'm still going to leave those up here. And now I'm going to go to my unit circle and do the same thing. This time it says to find the sine of 60 degrees. Well, let's go to 60 degrees. It's right here. Sine is which letter? Sine is y. So at 60 degrees, the point is 1/2, square root of 3 over 2. This is x, this is y. So the answer is just the square root of 3 over 2. All right? Now then, ooh, tangent at 60. Notice we have the same point. But what is tangent? Tangent is y divided by x. So now I've got to put, if I have y divided by x, that simply means it's square root of 3 over 2 over 1 over 2. And I talked about the handy-dandy shortcut on this. Basically, we have a 2 here and a 2 here. Guess what happens to them? They're simply just going to, they would cancel each other out. So your answer would be the square root of 3 over 1, or just reduce to what? The square root of 3. So it really turned out to be pretty neat. On these problems here, if you have a tangent, you can actually ignore the 2's. So the answer is square root of 3. All right. So if we would, we'll go on to the next one, which is problem number... What is the next problem number? Problem number 11. Okay. And on 11, we have... Oh, no. We said 11. The next one for that. We had 11 right there. So what's the next one on that little paper? 24? 21. So go to problem 21. Ah, yes. Like how fast I can flip through that. Thank you for your help, Brandon. So we have cosine of 120. Once again, go to our nice little unit circle. 120 degrees is right here. And we're finding cosine. Cosine is which letter? We look over here, it is x. At 120 degrees, we have the point negative 1/2, square root of 3 over 2. X will be the negative 1/2. So the answer is just negative 1/2. Boy, these are like the easy ones if you know how to use your unit circle. Ooh, trick problem now. Sine of negative 135. Here is the problem. On your unit circle, the positive ones go this way. The negative ones are not written down. Now here's the easy way I like to do this. If 135 would end up here positive, there's positive 135, then negative 135 is going to go the same distance the other way, which puts it right down here. Now you can either work it out by saying, well, 135 is here, going that distance around your circle the other way, puts it down here, or when you can do 135 and then just flip it straight down where the lines cross, and you find out that negative 135 is the same as 225. So the sine of negative 135 is the same as the sine of 225. And at 225, we have the point the following. Negative square root of 2 over 2, negative square root of 2 over 2. We are asked to find sine. So go back over here. Sine is which letter? Y. This is X, this is Y. Didn't really matter on this one, they're both the same. So the answer is negative square root of 2 over 2. All right, there we have problem 21 and 22. I believe the next one we have is problem number 23. So we'll slide it down just a little bit. Oh, and here we go. Same type of stuff right here. Once again, this time instead of positive 60, it is negative 60. So what we're going to do is the following. If positive 60 is here, negative 60 would be down here, or you could draw your line straight down where they meet. Negative 60 is the same as 300 degrees if you look at your unit circle. 60 is right there. Straight down here is that 300. So tangent of 300 degrees is the same as tangent of negative 60. And at 300, on our unit circle, we have the point 1/2, negative square root of 3 over 2. Tangent is which letters? Y over X. There's Y, there's X. So that means the tangent of negative 60 will be negative square root of 3 over 2 over 1/2. Well, once again, let's look at this right here. Uh-oh, what can we do with the 2's? We know they're going to be the same. I can cross them out, meaning I have just negative square root of 3 over 1, or just negative square root of 3. So the answer to 23 is negative square root of 3. Now then, the one last thing that I want to do here is the following. Uh-oh, what happens at 24 and 25? We no longer have degrees, but we've gone to what? Radians, 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 for those of you that have been following in class. So it's not much different, except this time we're going to find the tangent of 5 pi over 4. And look what's nice about your unit circle. They also have them in radians. Follow around till you find 5 pi over 4, and it happens to be at the same place as 225. The point was negative square root of 2 over 2, negative square root of 2 over 2. It's which trig function? Tangent. Y over X. Hey, looky here. That's the same value over the same value. If you have the same thing divided by the same thing, what's your answer always going to be? 1. And because it's negative divided by negative, it actually turns out to be what? Positive 1. And then let's look at number 25, the sine of 3 pi over 2. 3 pi over 2. Follow your unit circles all the way down here. Hey, there's your point, 0, negative 1. Can we have answers to 0 and negative 1? Yeah, sure. That's where our values are. X and Y. What is sine? Sine is Y. So then therefore, there's my Y. The sine of 3 pi over 2 is just equal to negative 1. And then the last one we're going to do is the cosine of negative 3 pi over 4. Okay, cosine negative 3 pi over 4. I think that one slid up there when we moved the little camera up. So, it's negative. Well, I would just do this. Follow my unit circle. 3 pi over 4 would be here positive. So that means I go that same distance negative. Or I could just take this and flip it straight up and down. Which means I'm at what? Not 3 pi over 4, but... So this is the same thing as the cosine of 5 pi over 4. And at 5 pi over 4, we have this exact same point we had right here at 5 pi over 4. Except this time we're finding cosine, which is just what? X. What's the x value? Negative square root of 2 over 2. That's it. There's several problems on that. You get all 7 of those particular problems right on the test, you've already increased your score by 14 points. All right. Thank you.